Are you GameBall? I'm cheesy.
Hi, Aoife here, and welcome to this week's GameBall, coming to you from the Dublin Horse Fair. Hi, Aoife here, and welcome to this week's GameBall, coming to you from the Dublin Horse Show. So, Rosanna, we're here at the Dublin Horse Show. How are you getting on today?
Very good, thank you. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't been as good as it has been in the past. But, you know, it's been a great day. I've been meeting up with friends and looking at all the different competitions. So it's always a great atmosphere. Well, I've come to Ladies' Day for the past 3 years. I was actually judging 2 years ago, and so I've continued coming after that. But I've really been coming to watch the Aga Khan, which is on Fridays. I've been coming since I was young, you know, since I was 10 or 11. So it's always been a huge family tradition to come to the horse show. So, you know, it's a lovely feature of the summer.
Okay, and you're over and back to London at the moment, Rosanna. How's that going for you?
I am. I'm busy in London. I just did a shoot for Loaded Magazine and Vanity Fair as well. And I'm working on different TV shows in London as well. So it's, you know, it's wonderful to have a job back here, to come over here and to be based in, you know, Ireland and London. So, you know, it's a nice variety anyway, travelling between the two countries.
Were you nervous before the shoot for Loaded?
I wasn't really. I mean, I took it as, and it was just a completely professional production. Everybody was so nice, and you know, I loved what I was wearing. I loved the jewellery, the lingerie, you know, everything. So I never once felt uncomfortable.
That's good. And you're after dyeing your hair. How are you getting on with the more brunette look?
It's taken a bit of getting used to, but I've had it now nearly a week. So, you know, it's been fun experimenting with different, you know, makeup and hairstyles and clothes looks and colours that I probably never wore before. So I think it's a good change. And going into autumn as well, it's more low maintenance, and it suits really the Irish weather, I suppose, as well.
And what's coming up between now and Christmas for you?
Well, at the moment I am starting rehearsals actually for a Pilates DVD, which will be coming out for Christmas. And I've been practicing Pilates, which is, I suppose, similar to yoga. It's a great exercise. I've been practicing it for about 5 years, so we've just decided to do a DVD. Otherwise, the fashion show season is coming up in September, and a few TV shows as well in production. So lots on. I'm keeping busy and out of trouble.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, we're here with some of the best dressed ladies at the Dublin Horse Show. What's your name? Where are you from?
Evelyn Moyles, I'm from Newbridge in County Kildare.
Okay.
Elmarie Walsh from Waterford.
Afra Clark from Tipperary.
Siobhan O'Sullivan from Carswing, County Kerry.
Udine from Mullingar, County Westmeath.
And I'm Sinead Cummins from Dublin.
Very good, ladies. You're swinging back around there, Mick. I'm just wondering, so where'd you get your outfit? You were runner-up today, weren't you, Evelyn?
Yes, and I'm all about the high street fashion. Oasis, Dune, Debenhams, Newbridge silverware. Trying to keep it in the county of Kildare.
Very good. And the shoes, are the shoes from Oasis as well? Where are they from?
No, shoes are from Dune.
Very nice.
Yes, in Newbridge, in Whitewater.
It's quarter-final time in the GAA Football Championship, and we've been chatting to a few of the captains.
We'd be ready for them. We've been fresh enough. The fact that we probably haven't a game might be a worry for some counties, but we're not too bothered about that, you know.
And the 5-week layoff, how's that affecting you, do you think?
It's probably not ideally. Ideally maybe 2 or 3 weeks at the most. You want to be off out of football, but I mean, Kerry have had their game last week, so that'll sharpen them up a little bit. And on the minus side, they might say they've only a week to prepare, but they'll probably come into the game ideally having a game since the last Munster final. So they've ironed out their few problems that they had, and it'll probably suit them better, you know.
Are you looking forward to playing Kerry?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, they're the best team in the country by the last 4 or 5 years, you know, by a mile. I mean, they've won 3 the last 4 round of finals, and they're definitely the best team out there. And if you want to beat them, if you want to win the Samagora, you have to beat them along the line some way. So, looking forward to it, definitely, yeah. There's
great anticipation around Galway, I'd say, at the moment, is there, especially with the hurlers going out a few weeks ago. Does it put any added pressure on you, do you think?
No, not really, because Galway as such is divided into kind of half and half. So you'd have your north and west to be mainly football, you know. So there's not really much extra pressure on us as such. We've done a bit of pressure on us, we put by ourselves, because our supporters haven't really travelled so far this year. So hopefully by Saturday they might come out in numbers, you know.
Okay, enough of this horsing around. Cork Fickle Kenny, one of hurling's greatest rivalries in recent years, and we've been chatting to both managers ahead of the All-Ireland semi-final.
The rivalry is there, the recent rivalry, and plus long-standing rivalry is there as well with Kilkenny and Cork. So I think it's a huge game for hurling, a huge game for the GAA, and it's something that everybody looks forward to.
Of course, you were probably seen as the two best teams in the last 10 years, and I think maybe a few years ago, the way Kilkenny stopped a Cork 3 in a row, there's a lot of talk that maybe Cork want to stop Kilkenny 3 in a row. What do you think of that?
I'm sure that's there, and people talk about that, and people will see that as being a burning issue for everybody concerned. But I mean, I know myself from the last time, you know, in the 2006 final, people will say it was the motivation, real motivation was to stop Cork, but it wasn't just motivation. I mean, you don't need motivation to win an All-Ireland final other than what's there already. It's the prize, like it's the thing that everybody goes for the start of the year, and ourselves and Cork are going for it like we always do, and next Sunday gives one of us a chance to get into the final, and the other is going to be gone. So that's motivation enough, certainly for anybody.
Enthusiasm now since we won those two exciting games with Galway and Clare. We've trained very hard, very well. Trying to keep the freshness is the important thing, I think, at the moment, and hopefully now we'll get it right for Sunday.
Okay. And in fairness to Cork, I mean, it shows what kind of confidence you have in your own ability and things like that. A lot of other teams might have been dead and buried at some stages during the Galway game and indeed even the Clare game. So I suppose it shows the depth and resolve of your team.
Yeah, I think, you know, that was probably questioned in some quarters, I think. There was a lot of speculation about whether the lads had the hunger anymore for this job and whether they had fell out of love with hurling. I think everybody got their answer. These lads love their hurling. They're tremendously dedicated. They put a huge effort into commitment, into training and everything attached to hurling, really, all the other ancillary things, and they're a great bunch of lads, and I'm just delighted that we got the opportunity after the Tipperary defeat to put things right, and we have a great chance now on Sunday after the wins over Galway and Clare, where we want to be really all year, All-Ireland semi-final against Kilkenny, the All-Ireland champions.
The Olympics, one of the planet's top sporting events, is underway, and we've been chatting to one of Ireland's top athletes.
I think so few people get to go to an Olympic Games. It's a bit of a privilege, and what's the point in going and not enjoying it and trying to run as quick as I can? I think it's so different because it's multi-sport, and you know, we don't normally get that. So you see all these people from all these other sports. I mean, I remember seeing just all these random people around the village that I thought were absolute legends 4 years ago. So I think that's kind of exciting, and it's just really, really good to see all these other people from everywhere else, from every other walk of life, and I just think it's a very exciting experience. You just have to try and keep the head down and focus, really, and it's just, you know, kind of afterwards is the time to get excited about everything. Oh my god, packing, yeah. Okay, so I have my casual elastics kit, then I've got my racing elastics kit, and then I have my like pretty durable clothes, and then I have accessories, and yeah, I have a lot of stuff, but we've got a 45 kilo limit, so I'm hoping to God I don't go over that, and as well I want to go shopping afterwards out there, so all these different various clothes aspects, but I figure I'll be alright. I think for me I need to just get into a sleep pattern quickly and get all my sleep in and then just relax and, you know, be in company with people and just chill out, because I think the most important thing is not to get too stressed about it and not, you know, it's one race for like however many seconds, and you can't focus on that for like 14 days, you just focus on that on the day. So I think it's just to distract myself, really. I'm a big fan of Scrabble, actually, so I'll be bringing some travel Scrabble, and Olive Loughnane plays Scrabble, so I'm hoping that I can take her on a little bit. I'm only going into the village 3 days before my race, so I honestly, you know, I'll just be careful, and then afterwards just not care, you know. So I think I'm experienced enough to know what to eat and what not to eat, and just try and stick as close as possible to what I would be doing at home. I always bring Barry's tea everywhere I go, so I don't know if Barry's tea is very nutritionally sound, but I do know it makes me feel a lot better, especially when I'm stressed. I think Barry's tea resolves every issue, so I will definitely be bringing some Barry's tea with me. The women's hurdles has got a lot of depth, there's a lot of people running very quick, and I think basically so many people are capable of being in the final, so, you know, I'm just aware of that. Every round is going to be very tough, so just go in there with that attitude and see what happens. I just think try and run as fast as I can in every round, and that'll take care of itself. I never ever think about medals. I mean, I think if you're in a final, it's time to start thinking about it. I think right now it'd be a little bit foolish of me, so just get through the rounds insofar as it's possible and try and get myself into final. I think that would be absolutely phenomenal, and then see what I could do from there. That would be the ideal Olympics, I think. Yeah, I've got my iPod Nano with lots of, like, I keep joking, so I've got loads of gangster rap on it to warm up to, and then I've got like random things like Elton John when I'm not warming up, but yeah, I've got all the gadgets ready to go.